All right. Ready to deep dive with me today? We're going to tackle something that I think is super relevant to a lot of people.
Yeah, this should be good.
It's about the true cost of owning a car.
Hmm.
Like we're going way beyond just the sticker price here.
Interesting title.
Yeah. And, it really got me thinking. Have you ever felt like even when you're earning, a decent income,
Mm-hmm.
saving money still feels like this impossible uphill battle?
Oh, absolutely. All the time.
Well, today we're going to explore how those four wheels, our cars, might actually be playing a bigger role in that than we realize.
Yeah, it's funny how we always associate cars with freedom,
Right?
but we don't always think about the financial trade-offs that come with that freedom.
Exactly. So let's just start with something basic, like
Right.
the sticker price.
Yep.
The average new car in the U.S., it costs, around $48,000?
Yeah, something like that. And then for used cars, you're looking at about $27,000.
I mean,
That's a lot.
those are big numbers to start with.
Yeah, and they get even bigger when you factor in things like financing, because most people aren't paying for these cars outright.
Right.
They're taking out loans. And with those typical interest rates, you see, 5 to 7%,
Mm-hmm.
you end up paying thousands of dollars more over the life of the loan than that initial price tag.
So it's like the sticker price is just the beginning.
Exactly. It's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, so what else are we missing when we think about the cost of owning a car?
Well, then there's this thing called depreciation.
Depreciation.
It's like this invisible drain on your wallet.
Okay.
You buy this brand new $30,000 car, drive it off the lot, and boom, it instantly loses 20% of its value.
Wait, 20%, just like that?
Yep, just like that. And over 5 years, that same car
Yeah.
could be worth just $12,000. We're talking a 60% drop. And this can actually lead to you being underwater on your loan, meaning
Meaning?
you owe more on the car than it's actually worth.
Oh, I've heard of that. That sounds scary.
It is. It's like, imagine a sinking ship, right?
Yeah.
You keep putting money into it, but it's just rapidly losing value.
So how do we avoid, taking such a big hit with depreciation?
Well, one of the best things you can do is buy used.
Okay.
Let someone else take that initial depreciation hit.
Right.
And then choosing models that are known for holding their value better over time can help too.
That makes sense.
Okay.
But even after you've, bought the car, even if you buy it used,
Mm-hmm.
the costs keep coming.
Right. Oh.
It never ends.
Yeah,
There's insurance, gas, maintenance, repairs. It feels like it's just endless.
it does. And you're right. All of those things, those seemingly small expenses,
Yeah.
they add up really quickly. So, for instance, the average annual insurance premium in the U.S. is about $1,700. And then gas, right? Hovering around $3.50 a gallon right now, give or take.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got your yearly maintenance, which can be around $1,200.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, these costs can actually vary a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It depends on where you live, what kind of car you drive, how much you drive, all these factors.
So tracking those personal spending habits, that's got to be key.
Absolutely. You have to know where your money's going.
Okay, so we're already talking thousands of dollars per year
Right.
just to keep the car running.
Right.
But now I want to get to what I think is the most fascinating part of this whole discussion.
Okay.
The opportunity cost. Like, what could we be doing with all that money if it wasn't tied up in a car?
That's a great question. It's all about understanding the potential returns you're missing out on when your money is locked into something like car ownership. So let's imagine you've got that $30,000 car loan
Okay.
at a 6% interest rate, and you're paying it off over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to end up paying around $36,000 total for that car. Now, what if, instead of taking out that loan, you invested that $30,000, let's say, with this 7% average annual return, you'd be looking at a very different financial situation down the road.
How different are we talking, though? Like, give me some numbers.
Well, with that kind of investment, you could potentially earn tens of thousands of dollars more over time,
Right.
compared to having that money tied up in a car that's constantly depreciating.
Wow. That's a pretty big difference. It really makes you think about, what are the alternatives to owning a car?
Exactly. And there are a lot more options than there used to be.
Like what?
Well, you've got public transportation, of course.
Right.
And then depending on where you live and your lifestyle, biking, walking, maybe carpooling.
Yeah.
Ride-sharing services have become really popular.
Yeah, that's true.
All of those can offer some serious cost savings.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, They even have added health benefits.
Not to mention the environmental benefits.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's not about demonizing cars or anything.
No, not at
Well,
all.
it's more about, being aware of the true costs
Right.
and then exploring those options that might align better with our financial goals,
Yeah.
our lifestyle, all of that.
It's a big decision. I mean, owning a car,
It is.
it's a major financial commitment. It has all these long-term implications that we don't always think about.
Well, this deep dive has certainly been eye-opening for me.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone through all these hidden costs, the financing, the depreciation,
Mm-hmm.
the ongoing expenses, and then this whole idea of opportunity cost. It's a lot to consider.
It really is. So here's something I want you to think about. Imagine if you took all that money you're spending on your car
Yeah.
and you redirected it towards your other financial goals. What could you achieve?
Ooh, good question.
Could you put a down payment on a house? Could you retire early? Could you start your own business?
Those are some pretty amazing possibilities.
They are.
So it's really all about making informed choices, right? Figuring out what works best for each individual person. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive today. I hope you learned something.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And keep thinking about those alternatives. You never know what you might discover.
That's right. There are so many options out there.
All right, that's it for today.
See ya.
Bye.